Welcome back, everyone. So we've been getting a lot of questions from our clients about their customers requesting cloud service, and they wanted to know what the capabilities were from Uniview allowing this to happen. We've recently partnered with a company called VideoLoft. They make small cloud devices that will allow you to integrate cameras from existing NVR systems onto the cloud. You can even specify the maximum resolution and the length of time that you wish to pay for, and you do not need to add all of your cameras. The great thing about this is that you retain your on-site NVR, so all of your local storage is still intact, but you gain the benefit of having any number of cameras you want on the cloud, and if you cancel those cloud services, you still have all of your data. Another great thing about this is that all of the cameras will stay on the NVR, meaning that they're going to stay on that private network and not be pushed onto the client's front-end network, causing congestion. So VideoLoft actually offers this for several different major brands of NVRs, meaning that you would be able to have a client with different brands at different sites be able to integrate all of those onto a single app, which could be a great benefit to those clients that don't want to necessarily upgrade to a single brand across all of their sites. When you add cloud service from VideoLoft, you will get a small network cloud device like this. They come in 4, 8, and 16 channel configurations, and you can add multiple at a single location if you plan on having more than 16 cameras with their cloud service. Each cloud device will have a unique ID that allows you to add the cloud device to their mobile app called VideoLoft. We have the cloud ID blocked off in this particular video, but it's listed here on the front of each unit. To get started, you'll plug your VideoLoft unit in using the included power supply unit, and then plug it into your network using a network cable. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let it boot up, and then we move on to the next step. Now that we have the VideoLoft cloud device plugged into power and connected to the network, we now need to download the VideoLoft software. So we're going to go into the App Store or Play Store on Google, and we are going to be searching for VideoLoft. Okay, we are specifically looking for the one from VideoLoft Incorporated. We're going to click Install. And once it's finished installing, we're going to click Open. So the first time you go to use this, you'll need to create an account. It says don't have an account, get started at the bottom. You click that, and you'll have to follow down to the bottom of the page here and select the appropriate sign up based on what kind of customer you are for VideoLoft. They have Enterprise, the Security Professionals Partner Program, and they also have homes and small businesses for end users wishing to use this service on its own. So I've already created an account. I'm not going to show exactly what happens on these, but it's usually pretty self-explanatory creating a new account. You will need to pick the resolutions that you're wanting to add on the cameras. Now, on the resolution portion from VideoLoft, if you select 2 megapixel and you have 4 megapixel cameras, for example, you will actually have to bring the resolution of your cameras down to 2 megapixel in order to add them onto the VideoLoft service. In addition to resolution, you also need to decide how long you want to record onto the cloud. They offer services for a variety of days. Go ahead and click Get Started here on Home and Small Business to give you an idea. So as you can see, there is 3 options for resolution: 2 megapixel, 4 megapixel, and 8 megapixel. If you have a resolution that is even slightly above the listed value, like let's say you have a 3 megapixel camera, you would need to still buy the 4 megapixel resolution camera option if you wanted to record at the full resolution. The same goes for 5 and 6 megapixel resolution cameras. You would need to purchase the 8 megapixel resolution option in order to record those. They have popular options that are 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, and 365 days, but they actually have quite a few customizable options if you want to record for a different length of time than what shows up here. After you select the number of cameras that you want to record, it's going to tell you what kind of cloud adapter you need for the service. You can also tell them right here what brand of cameras you are using, and they will verify that it is a compatible brand for their service. So after you've set up your account, put your login credentials into the login and click Login. So once you get logged in, you will see this screen here. And what we need to do in order to continue forward is to add your cloud device onto the app. And we're going to do that by clicking Install. Then you would click what kind of account you have. In my case, it is a partner account. And then you would enter in the cloud ID that's listed on the front of the device. After entering in the cloud ID, you should have your cloud adapter be successfully linked to your account. Go ahead and hit Continue. And then it's going to scan your network, trying to find any applicable DVRs, NVRs, or cameras that it can add to the service. And then you will have the options of which ones you want to add after that point. This can take a few minutes, so just go ahead and let it run for a little while to make sure it finds all of the stuff on your network in case you don't see it right away. Okay, the NVR I'm looking for is this one right here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and enable the radio button on it. And after it's had a chance to interact with the NVR, it's going to ask you for the credentials to log into the unit. Okay, once we've logged into the NVR, then we're going to have the option of adding the cameras that we want to add to the cloud service. So I currently only have 2 cameras connected to this NVR, so I'm going to go ahead and enable the first 2 channels that we want to add to cloud service. These are a 5 and 8 megapixel camera, but with my demo account I only have access to a 2 megapixel service, so it is going to actually ask me about reducing that resolution here at some point. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and activate those 2 and click that we'd like to install them by hitting the Done button in the top corner. And it says ready to install here on the screen, and we're going to click Install. Now that the installation is complete, we can click View Cameras. It says here, though, that new cameras are set to record at 2 megapixels, and this is going to override their mainstream settings on the local recorder. So, like I say, this may not be applicable to you if you've signed up for 8 megapixel camera service or 4 megapixel camera service. You can have a much higher mainstream setting and utilize that with the cloud. I just have this particular limitation with my account. Okay, so we have the 2 cameras here. It will take it a little bit of time to fully connect to the cameras. You can connect into it, but as it's connecting, it's going to have to kind of work through some of its original settings before you get those initial feeds. So we have the live views on camera 1 and the live view on camera 2. Now that we have them both added onto the cloud service, you can see that there is a preview of both cameras here now on this screen. And as time goes on, you will start to generate video clips that will appear down here below in the feed. So now that we've given it a little bit more time to generate some footage, we can go into each camera now and we'll see a variety of events that have occurred. This camera is recording on motion, so every time it detects a motion event, it will start to record those. As you can see, some of them can get pretty long. We have a couple of 300-second long video clips. There's also shorter duration ones, but you can click on any of those, hit the play button to play back that video, and you can see the motion event that triggered the camera. You can also drag the timeline to whatever point you'd like on here. And in addition to that, you can download the video or share the video or even delete the video if you don't think it's relevant. And then going back into this main stream area, you can click this button here in the top corner to change the viewing of your cameras. So if you have significantly more cameras, this will allow you to get more shots onto a single screen. And hitting the cog above the camera will bring up the individual camera settings for those cameras. If you'd like to turn on some of the more advanced settings, such as analytics or push notification alerts, you can turn on push notifications and then have specific notifications come to your phone based on the criteria that you set up. You can go onto VideoLoft's YouTube channel where they can show you how to turn on these features and the different options that you have for analytics. It is a great way to make this a more effective system of having your cameras being saved to the cloud, but also sending you notifications that are relevant to activity that happens on your cameras. And as you can see, if we go back over to Easy View, my cameras are still connected onto my NVR. I have all of my local camera storage of all that video footage, so we didn't lose anything by having them added to the cloud. We just have them in a redundant recording situation, which is a really great way of having maybe critical cameras, having a off-site backup, and then still retaining all of your NVR footage for all of your cameras that maybe you don't necessarily need to have saved on the cloud, or if you want to just maximize your monthly expenditures on cloud storage spending. It can get quite expensive if you add a significant number of cameras onto the system. So having 16 cameras recorded locally and maybe only 3 or 4 that get recorded onto the cloud to keep the cost down on the cloud recording side of things. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and we would be glad to help you answer those questions. Thanks for watching, and if you could hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to our channel, that really helps us out, or maybe just give us a thumbs up, letting us know that you liked our video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see all of our latest product and how-to videos at WeSupplySecurity.com.